What up, though, y'all? Hey, this is Payday Boxing. Payday Boxing, baby. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stop playing, man. I'm saying that for a reason. Hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down button, man. Do me that favor. Just do that favor for me. All right, I'm just gonna talk real quick about Jaron Boots Ennis, one of my favorite young fighters in boxing. Just want to talk real quick about what's next for Jaron Ennis. We had heard some time ago in the past, it wasn't too long ago, maybe a week or two ago, that they should be announcing his next opponent here soon. And still, we have yet to hear of an announcement yet. If you're like me, I'm really excited to hear who Boots is going to fight next. I think he's going to be the future of the welterweight division. I'm really curious to see, and I'm wondering what you guys think. Who does Jaron Ennis fight next? You know, Jaron Ennis is he's in that strange position where he's the ultimate high risk, low reward fighter. Meaning, you could fight Jaron Ennis. It's not going to be a huge, massive payday, but he's a massive, massive threat to everybody. You know, so for that reason, you see some of these tenured, these seasoned welterweights, you know, want nothing to do with him. You know, they didn't want nothing to do with Errol Spence, and now they don't want anything to do with Jaron Ennis. You know, Sean Porter went on record and said that he would retire rather than fight Jaron Ennis, which is crazy because Sean Porter is fighting Terrence Crawford for the WBO belt. What if Boots Ennis becomes the ¡1 contender for the WBO? You know, that could actually happen. That could be something that happens. You know, Danny Garcia, he's going to use that Philly connection. He's going to stay away from Boots Ennis. You know, these guys are going to do whatever they can to stay away from Boots Ennis. They're not going to say his name, and they're going to not give him a fight. So the question is who can Boots fight that will boost his who can boost his credibility, who can boost his status as a fighter, that will actually get into the ring with him. And I feel like that's the question that needs to be answered, because again, when you think about it, all these top level guys, they're not going to say his name. They're going to avoid this guy. They're going to continue to run from this guy. They're going to duck this guy. They're going to say he's not ready, and all this other type of stuff. Meanwhile, we just seen Virgil Ortiz, you know, maybe that's a guy. We just seen Virgil Ortiz just knock out a guy who gave Terrence Crawford some problems, of course, up until Terrence Crawford knocked him out as well, and Egis Kavalauskas, you know, the meme machine. We saw Meme Machine put Terrence Crawford down. You know, we saw him put Terrence Crawford down. I think they ruled it a slip, but he did. I thought, in my opinion, I thought he put him down, and was giving Crawford all Crawford could handle up until Crawford went southpaw, and then did what he was supposed to do. But the question still remains, man. Who can Boots Ennis fight that's going to give him the name recognition, that's going to make him a big enough star for these big name fighters to get into the ring with him? We saw Errol Spence had to take on Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia was a big name trying to get a title in the welterweight division. Errol Spence did what he did, and before you know it now, Errol Spence is a pay-per-view guy. You know, that was his first pay-per-view, and he's been on pay-per-view ever since. Does Boots maybe have to find him a pay-per-view worthy opponent, you know? And who is that? You know, the question is, who is that? I don't think he can go down to 140, so there's no way that he's going to take on, you know, guys like Josh Taylor. There's no way he's going to take on Tank Davis. You know, he's way too big for Tank. You know, he just can't go down to 140. So 140's out of the mix. 147, he'd have to fight, you know, a guy like maybe Virgil Ortiz, but even beating Virgil Ortiz, you know, he's a young, undefeated contender. Is that going to put his name recognition up to where it needs to be? I don't know. You know, I don't think that it will, to be honest. Although I would love to see that fight. So then you ask yourself, okay, is there somebody at 154 who he could beat? You know, could he go up and beat a Jermell Charlo? Could he go up and fight a Brian Castano? To be honest, I think he could give Jermell Charlo a hell of a problem. I think he could really give Jermell Charlo a lot of problems. You know, Charlo's not that much bigger than Boots. And Boots has a lot of skill. You know, maybe that's something he could consider doing. I don't know. But ultimately, Boots wants to stay at 147 and make his campaign there. So I'm just curious what you guys think, you know, because I'm anxious for Boots to get his next fight. And I'm curious who he's going to fight that's ultimately going to help catapult him to where he needs to be to get these big fights that we all want to see him in. So that's all I got. This is Payday Boxing. Make sure you like or dislike the video. Stop playing, man, and hit one of them buttons. I'm out, y'all. Peace.